It doesn't matter what you want. I will succeed, whether you like it or not. I am unstoppable. When will you learn that? When will you learn that?
Again, Mr. Williams, I invite you to conversate with me directly. I don't do all this internet stuff. The problem is you're going after my family, you post my children, and then you mention my name. So you and I, we need to have a conversation. And yes, this is a forever problem.
It's me, Darius Cooks, also known as your local scammer.
You are, you gay, grown up in Chicago, you just end up being with a tribe of people. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It might be different now, but when I was growing up, there were crews. We had people we hung with, right? Anyway, and I hung with people like, you remember Calvin, LaVelle, those are people that I used to hang with back in the day, and you see what happened now, especially with randomness of Vail. We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? We ain't heard hide nor have him, have we? Come to think of it, let me not bring his name up, because let me tell you something. He ready to. Where's the expose? Where is the expose?
Show out, run your mouth, pop off at the mouth. I do something called an attack. When you do the attack, you got to make sure you're real rooted and grounded. Look that way. Make sure you're real rooted and grounded so they don't know what's about to go on. You just attack them. You just attack them. What did I say? I said you better do what I said to do. Did they think you're crazy? If they think you're crazy, they'll just walk away slowly like that.
Yeah, I stole from the church. Then, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady's purse, a teacher at school. I was on, did I give it back? I probably should go up there right now and give a donation. That's probably what I need to do. It was this teacher at school, and I used to go to, what school was this? It was Douglas. I guess I was in House B at Douglas. I was in House A. I forgot. But this would have been like 1990. Okay, let me see. Hold on. If I graduated 8th grade in 95, it would have been like 1993 or something. Girl, so long ago. I can't remember shit. 30 years ago. Okay, that's how long ago this shit was. 30 years. So, I thought nobody even seen me steal that money out of her purse. I took $20 out of her, and I would take the money. I used to go to with that 20, I went to the corner store and I got me some oatmeal cream pies. I got some vanilla ice cream. I got some of them toasted coconut donuts. I got me some tangy cheese shit. I was fed. I was still to eat. I was fed. We was poor, right? So I remember I stole from the lady purse, and I had got caught. And I I said, damn, how they catch me? Ain't nobody even seen me go in her purse. But they found me, child. I had to go to the principal's office every day. I call my mama. I got my ass toe clean up. So that was the first time. The second time I remember stealing was at the church. The third time, this one I said, I better stop this. I think I came to my senses after this, after the third time. After the third time, I said, this is, the third time I got caught. I said, no, I can't do this. It was like more like organized crime. I could have got a RICO charge. Let me tell you what had happened. I had this job, right? I told y'all this before. I had this job. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Craft in North Riverside. Third? I know. Girl, I was a kid. You kids do dumb shit because they kids. I used to work at Frank's Nursery and Crab. It was in North Riverside, right? It was like, when you go into North Riverside, you gotta go past the Best Buy, and then on the right-hand side, before you go to the mall, there's the, it was Frank's Nursery and Crab, right? And I used to, I was on the cash register. This is what I used to do. So let's say you come and you come to the register and you do your stuff, right? You be like, okay, I'm gonna cash out. Back then, the credit card, everything was separate. It wasn't the same. So what I used to do is if your bill was like $37.41, right? I would charge your credit card $41 and whatever the cent is, and then take the $10 out the grocery store. Out the cash register. Out the grocery store, Lord Jesus. Out the cash register, right? So I would probably make about between like $80 and $100 doing that a day. Girl, today, till I get somebody down to the accounting department, started doing a reconciliation. I thought you just started scamming. You a whole professional. I know, child. Somebody down to the accounting department started saying, "Wait a minute now, store number 672 look a little funny on the on the P&L." A day, child. I didn't do it like every day. It would be like, I'd probably do it like, if I ain't work, I was a kid. I wasn't working every day. I was only working like specific days. So I would only do it like, let's say if I work 3 days a week, I would do it like 2 days a week. I wouldn't do it the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, I did that. It's one of my fine. I'm not proud of it. Never say I was proud of it. Oh God, we thank God for deliverance. Oh girl, please. I ain't the only person. This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on this. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mop. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. That's all as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mop. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope. 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Girl, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll talk to y'all later.
5, 6, 7, 8. Why you gotta lie so much? You must wake up and just make up stuff. Cause I just do not understand why every time you talk, you tell a quick lie. You and your lies gotta go. Because I'm tired of talking to Pinocchio. Then you had a nerve to look folks in the eyes, knowing that you telling them lies. You be telling them lies. I asked you about this. Did you lie about it? I asked you about that. Did you lie about it? Get them lies together, they all over the place. I bet if Jesus came back, you a lie to his face. Damn, P-O-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. I said, P-No-G-O. I guess you wanna see how far your nose can grow. Now, woo! Let's go. Start telling all them lies, number one. Let's go. Cause I don't believe nothing you say at this point. Cause all you do is lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Mama! Mama!
Mama! What's up, good people? We are back again. I feel like I just saw y'all an hour ago because I did. Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either karma or con. Karma or con, because I'm still trying to figure this out. And there's definitely a lot of karma. This situation here is karma. So this dude is getting a series that's has enough content for us to do 5 nights a week for years. It's called karma. It's called karma. The energy you put out is now reflecting back on her. Thank you to the 83% of you over here on the YouTube side who have said that you have liked and shared this video. If you have not as of yet, please like this video to help the channel grow. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me. And that applies to everyone over there on our Facebook people, as well as our Instagram people. It'd be greatly appreciated in advance if you show your support by following, liking, sharing, and subbing, and whatever way to show love on the platform you are on would be greatly appreciated. Thank you to everyone here on the YouTube side that is letting me know that you can hear me by typing either karma or con. Saint Sinner, Sock Snob Films, Bestie G, Nicole Driver, Blinky Rocky, Darnell and Mocha and Kiki and Kimmy and Deborah and Fifi and Nicole, Miss Kim, and everyone else who's letting me know that you can hear me. It is greatly appreciated. Just FYI, the polls that I will be putting out are unfortunately only available on the YouTube side. So if you're interested in participating fully, you can come on over here to YouTube and join us. All you got to do is type in Veil B and it'll bring up the channel. But if you're fine with whatever platform you're on, feel free to put your answer to the poll questions in the chat of the platform you are on. And we're going to lead into our first official poll question of this video, because we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk about. So I'm trying to not make this a real long live, but we'll see. We'll see. Poll question that's going out over here on the YouTube side. Do you think that Darius Cooks is the first person to think of bringing soul food to Bali? Do you think that Darius Cooks, because he's such a genius in his own mind, is the first person to ever think of bringing soul food to Bali? Because, you know, he's been saying, I'm the first, gonna be the first, I'm gonna bring Kool-Aid, they don't know what it is, I'm gonna be the first, they don't know what soul food is, I'm bringing soul food. This is brilliant, God bless me, because he only gave this to me, all that. So tonight, what we're going to talk about, a few of the things, they're all mixed in here, jumbled in, but we're going to talk about the delusions of Darius Cooks. We're going to talk about some new developments with this restaurant venture, this, what is it called? Bali Soul Food or something, Soul Food, Bali, whatever. We're going to talk about that, where it's at. We're going to talk about, we're going to actually watch the cooking live from Sunday. Well, it was their Sunday, our Saturday night, where he was once again cooking, and Tommy was in the kitchen. So we're going to watch that minstrel show again. And a couple things happened. We got Boogergate 2.0 that happened during that. Tommy is also drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, Thomas is very thirsty from what I've gathered in the things I've seen from over the weekend. Today was the first time I watched it, as I was trying to pull it together and all that. Tommy looking very parched. He's looking very thirsty, and he's drinking the Kool-Aid. I think he's drinking the Kool-Aid. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. And this is sound like short, but it's a lot in it. So poll question we have out here is, do you think that Darius Cooks is the first person to think of bringing soul food to Bali? 15% of y'all say, yes, our master is the best. And 85% of y'all say, yeah, no, she's not that smart. Well, to answer this poll question, make it official, Darius Cooks has officially found out that he is, in fact, not the first person that is bringing soul food to Bali. Let's see how we're going in this. I threw myself off of my notes. So let me see. Did I jump? Yeah, I skipped. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional here. We're going to lead into Darius Cooks talking about the evolution of his business deal with is this not playing either? Why is the sound always jacked up on these things? What's happening? Oh no, it's really low. Can y'all hear this?
That was like a little like meet greet thing. That was you know what that was? That was Black in Bali is a group, and they had like a meet and greet. They do stuff like once a month, every other month.
Okay, really low. Okay, so what I got to do is share it this way. Give me a second. I had some issues with editing. Let's see. So we'll go here. Which video is this? Okay, I know what it said. Give me a second. Bear with us. I gotta see why it's having a problem. When I pull the videos directly into StreamYard, the volume is all jacked up lately. Unless I edit it, like fully edit it and adjust the volume. So it's a little crazy. Where are we at? Drama tracker, go down to okay, come on now. My eyes are getting lost. I know where this thing at, but I'm not seeing it. Are you kidding me? Am I in the right one? Yes. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. That's why. Here we go. It's looking on the wrong category. And then here it is. Finally. Okay, now I'm gonna have to share it this way. Pull that right here. Then we pull this down. Then we bring this up. Share screen, share window. Is it this one? It's this one. All right, now we should be better. Let's see. Uh-oh, wrong thing. Oh, the volume is just bad on it. Hold on, let me try it this way. Oh, this way. It's still low. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do nothing with the volume in this situation. I had to re-edit it.
And check out the scene. I'm glad I did because I met some cool people. Played a couple hands of spades. 1, 2, lost the last one. And then found out that there's another soul food restaurant opening in Bali. I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't know the magnitude of it. Like, who's running it? I know it's called Gertrudes. And you know, it might. I'm sure it could be amazing. I just find it interesting that you bring a name called Gertrudes to Bali. I guess. I don't know. I keep thinking if you want to bring something that's relatable, and I guess the name Gertrude only brings in like a particular, I don't know, locale, I guess. Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Okay, sorry about this. Yeah, I can't do anything about the sound without re-editing or editing this, and yeah. Anyway, so what Darius Cooks, this was in one of his IG lives. He's talking about he and Tommy attended a event that kind of is a group of Black people in Bali. They have like a little gathering and they meet at various places throughout Bali to just, you know, for socializing, etc. So he finds out about this group. He goes, he takes Tommy with him. They go there, and through conversation, this is called market research, which should have been happening prior to her getting on, claiming that she is so smart and brilliant and all this other stuff. She finds out by meeting with these other Black people who live in Indonesia that there is, in fact, already a Black soul food restaurant coming to Bali. Now Darius Cooks, he learns the name is Gertrudes. He now is trying to drag the place, talking about their name is bad. And this is obviously showing they ain't did what they needed to do because they picking a name ain't nobody gonna know, because that's not culturally significant to the people of Bali. So if it don't have a name of the kind of restaurant it is in its title, people ain't gonna know what it is and they ain't gonna be interested. What? You know how many restaurants we go to that the name of what they serve is not in the title? What? Fridays? I mean, I'm thinking of like those fast food that all of us would know. Fridays. There was an Italian place I used to love. They're gone now in Chicago. It was called Fathers and Sons. Marcello's Father and Sons. What the hell that tells you? That could be a construction company, but they have some hella good pasta and love they chicken Alfredo. It's ridiculous. So he's downgrading and dragging and hating on this Black-owned restaurant that's beating him to the punch in Bali because their name is Gertrude. We'll play a little. Oh man, and this is a long clip. Ain't this the? Why is this so low when I? Because I had my headphones on. This is a clip I edited. That was an error. Oh, this one y'all need to hear. There's nothing I can do in the moment to fix it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more. I hope it ain't too bad.
But I'm gonna have a chance to go because I found that out. That's one of the people that, you know, let me answer these questions. What made me choose the name of the restaurant? That's a very great question. What made me choose the name of the restaurant? I don't think I really chose the name of the restaurant. I think Tommy basically chose the name of the restaurant. We just was having a conversation, just talking.
Thank you, Jay Vigors.
Hip hop fried chicken just popped into our heads and we were having a conversation. But fried chicken is a thing here already in Indonesia, and fried chicken here can be pretty inexpensive. So what he said after some thought was we should consider changing it from hip hop fried chicken to maybe hip hop soul, and not hip hop soul food, right? And that's because they was tripped out to me.
I think Marcello's is, if they're not gone, they definitely moved because I think they converted the shopping center they were in to like a condo building or something. But the last time I went, that was years ago. They were moving or closing or had closed. I think they had closed already. I need to Google it to make sure I'm not misinforming.
He said, let's change it from fried chicken because he didn't want it to have a cheap connotation, like a negative connotation associated with the name fried chicken. Like in America, you could say like, you know, you could call something, you know, Gertrudes fried chicken, and it don't really matter. You just still go because you know it's fried chicken. But here they're saying that the idea of you know, something being called fried chicken is cheapens a little bit. So this is where culture is important, right? The other thing is you don't want to call something soul food. I learned this from him. If you call something soul food, it's already redundant. Apparently, soul refers to food, and food is already food. So it's almost like saying.
So here's another lie. I hate it so low because I'm struggling to hear it. But here's another lie or exaggeration of what it's. This girl be just in her own world, just spewing out stuff. So I sometimes don't know if it's lack of information on her part, like, or she's just misinformed, or she just blatantly lying and making up stuff. That I'm just always, and I don't like to spend a lot of time trying to figure that part out because she's so full of stunts and tricks, like you would drive yourself crazy. But him saying that they wouldn't have a restaurant called Soul Food because it's redundant to them, because soul means food, and so it'd be like saying food. Y'all, I showed y'all a week ago. Was that last week? A week before? Y'all know we do this so much, it all blurs together for me. But I know for a fact, I showed y'all there are multiple restaurants that have soul food in its title or description. It's just their idea of what soul means. Soul food is their soul food, like what's good for their soul. It ain't our version of soul food, but there were many of them, and they weren't even spelled S. I see Miss AJ MC. We got a Miss AMJ, and AJ MC is saying soul food spelled that way. They have it spelled the way we spell it, SOUL. And then there's a restaurant that's just called Soul Food. I showed y'all. They got a Instagram page and everything. I showed y'all the visuals of them and all that. What the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? Ridiculous. We saw it with our own, but the flying monkeys, the D-haggers, the D-hags, they don't do no research. They just take everything she says at face value, and she's just misguiding them. It's ridiculous. A quick Google search disproves what he's saying. Why would he just be spewing out stuff? I think he's become so comfortable with no matter what he says, they're going to believe him, that he just kind of is like, whatever. He always says, I create the narrative.
You know, I'm Black African American. You know what I'm saying? Or like I am Black Christian Protestant. It's like you already, like, Christian is Protestant is to be Christian. So it's like you saying the same thing twice. That's what happens in the culture. Okay, so again, this is where his knowledge is important because he understands this much different than you and I understand it. So hip hop had to be a name of it because we wanted to appeal to a particular demographic. And given that the demographic is that we're going to appeal to is a particular age, we wanted to, make it cultivate hip hop. And plus, everything else, like nothing else has the name hip hop, right? So anybody who is, I don't know, interested in hip hop would hear that and go, oh, what is that? And then you go, oh, it's a place to hang out, and it's cool, and it's a bar, and it's a bunch of stuff. It sounds like a cool place, right? And if there is, an ode to hip hop, and there is, paying homage to hip hop, and there's sort of we're either saying we're gonna get the the uniform is gonna be like an Adidas tracksuit with the big rim glasses, the fake gold chains, the big fake custom gold chains, the bucket hats, things like that, to really sort of pay homage to the era, right? So
don't that sound a fool, y'all? So you don't feel like you're in a costume store, a costume shop. His wait staff, or staff in general, is supposed to be wearing Adidas tracksuits with fake gold chains, Kango hats, and big rim glasses. They all gonna be looking like mini LL Cool J's from the 80s. No, who is that? Jay Sims saying, Does Darius even know hip hop? No, that's why he has to use a reference from the 80s. Adidas tracksuits. That's Russell Simmons' outfit. That ain't somebody you want to model your wardrobe off of. Now, you don't want to make people remember that. And watch him. People in the chat like, what? That sounds crazy. And watch him dismiss them because they don't know nothing. She is delusional. Oh my God, it's sad.
know enough music. I know enough food. All right, anything else we'll figure it out. All right, you got to wait till it's a perfect condition before you start. You will never start. So, okay, you're gonna work it out. Okay. Are you going to hire a company to do the training and managing of the front and back of the house staff? I'm sure you.
Not Comic Con. A Comic Con restaurant. Cosplay.
However, I'm taking the.
I need y'all to hear this one. This is how she recreates the narrative and they go with it. And I haven't read the chat with this to see. But he's saying that obviously when it comes to running a restaurant, he has no problem running the front or the back of the house because he just showed y'all that he can do it with the kitchen comeback. She quit on day 3. She quit, walked out, and didn't pay the wait staff. How you show? All you showed was that you can't take the pressure. You can't take the heat from the kitchen is what you showed us. With your sassy, I quit. I ain't got to take this. Now she rewrites the script. Y'all already seen I could easily run the front and the back of the house. It was a mess. It was a mess, and that's why you was crying. That's why you was running out there. People waiting 6-7 hours. You got fans here, the Flying Monkey fans who were there. Or some of them then left being your Flying Monkey fans based on seeing the realities of what you do. You had a D-hagger who ended up interviewing Chantel afterwards because she was like, yeah, I saw them live streams and stuff wasn't adding up. So I wanted to talk to you. Now he rewriting the script, revisionist history, as if the kitchen comeback was a huge success and she never stormed out. What?
However, I'm taking
the kitchen comeback proves that she can handle the front and the back of the house with no problems. All we saw were problems. That's all we saw were problems.
A different role here in this. I am going to be not solely, but majority of the time, I'm going to focus on that. This is where I fit in really well to the partnership between Tommy and I. Tommy doesn't know soul food. Tommy doesn't know black soul food. He don't know smothered chicken. He don't know gravy. He don't know that. So it doesn't make sense from a partnership perspective to have him working on back of the house and have me focus on front of the house, right? Tommy does know culture, he knows the language, he knows the people, he knows the experience, he knows hospitality. So it kind of makes sense for him to kind of like really focus in on the program. You know what I'm saying? So that's sort of the thought process here is that, you know what, let me work with the chef in the kitchen, you know, you work with the front, let's do stuff that's interchangeable. You know, I'm not saying that the kitchen is off limits to you, I'm not saying the front is off limits to me, but we just kind of know where our strengths are in this particular partnership. You know what I'm saying? So
we clearly saw that we know that Tommy is skilled in the kitchen. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact. Not only is he doing his own cooking classes, and we saw him, he can handle 30 to 60 participants at the same time. Not only that, but we saw him on his cooking live demonstration a week ago, where he obviously is a very skilled chef. He's not a poser. He's not a hack. He's actually a real chef. We saw that clearly. Darius Cooks claimed that he's going to be better in the back of the house than Tommy would be. I don't believe that. But he's also saying, well, Tommy don't know soul food. And so that's why I'm going to be there because, you know, he don't know nothing about this and that. Those things can be taught. Those things can be learned. Tommy can learn how to make soul food. It's not impossible to learn how to make soul food, especially when he's already a chef. Especially when he's already a chef. And he pays attention. Tommy there on Sunday taking notes as he's watching Darius Cooks create those diabetic-inducing slop fest recipes. Tommy's no hack in the kitchen. Tommy's also very personable, which Darius Cooks is not, so he can obviously handle the front of the house as well. But what I feel like Darius is doing is the same ish he did to Chantel, and he's trying to create a scenario in which he's going to be able to shift the blame when and if this don't work out. Well, you know, Tommy gonna only be in the front of the house and I'm gonna be in the back of the house because I know in the back of the house, aka the kitchen, Darius gets to hide from everybody. In the back of the house, people don't really see. We saw what Darius Cooks did at Chantel's. All he did was make biscuits. Darius Cooks was not cooking the food. He wasn't even going back there where the cooks were. He was sitting in that same stationary spot for 13, 14 hours, 2 days in a row. And on the third day, she was complaining and quit after, 20, 30 minutes after walking in. Within 45 minutes, she was walking right back out. But now the narrative that she creates as if history is not recorded from multiple POVs, she's acting like what we saw ain't real. That's why we do what we do over here, to keep the record straight. We got to keep her, well, we ain't keeping her honest. We got to keep the history honest because ain't no hope in keeping her honest. You can't even get her nowhere near honest. Y'all know she's been stealing since out of churches, purses, and registers since she was 5 years old or so, probably 3. So ain't no hope in getting her honest at this point. We just keep the history honest.
But we know where our strengths are. I'll focus on back and focus on front and go ahead together. But he's already, I mean, the man is already, like, we have spreadsheets and documents and, you know, we have all the things that are, like, ready to roll. So he even has, like, he's even done, like, cost proposal right now. So we got first month expense, we got staff operating costs, we got staff fixed costs, we got marketing, we got kitchen, we got FOH, grand total construction. So we got quite a few things here already worked out. He's already started working on shifts as well, front of the house and back of the house shifts, so we know what we need to staff and how many people we need for what. We're already looking at vendors and providers for things that we need. He's gone from dispensers, blenders, aprons, plating, first aid, all of the things that we need. And then I've already started working on sourcing ingredients. So this is like every dish that we have. So it says like church lady cabbage. And then these are like the main ingredients.
This is what started to make me feel a little sad. Like, ooh, I think Tommy really banned into this whole thing. Let me close this poll question out. Did Crooks do a great job running the front and back of the house with the kitchen comeback? 99% of y'all said no, absolutely not. 1% of y'all, either your finger slipped or, hey, flying monkey, or D-Hagger. All y'all not flying monkey. But I mean, it's flying monkey behavior, but have at it. Takes all kind to make the world go round. But this made me feel a little sad for Tommy because as far as I kind of think Tommy is buying into this pipe dream because Tommy has created, well, I believe Tommy probably got this from other projects he's worked on. Nevertheless, the template. Nevertheless, Tommy has been working out the budget, vendors, all of these things. He is giving Darius Cooks everything on this Google Doc, this spreadsheet. Tommy is at home doing the work. Tommy working 16-hour days and then coming and doing all this work. He's laying out everything. So when Darius Cooks kicks him to the side, when he gets this running well enough or whatever, Darius Cooks got everything he needs. But to me, this is showing that Tommy is truly invested. I don't know. Y'all might feel different, but I'm like, ooh, when you get into doing spreadsheets and stuff like this, there's a lot of work to do if this is the long, even for a long grift. This is making me feel like Tommy really invested, and some other stuff we're gonna get to.
Apart from the standard seasonings that we already have, biscuits, cornbread, you know, dessert, salted caramel banana pudding. Here's all the ingredients that we'll need to make these happen so that we can start making sure we can source these from the provider. So we've already started, believe it or not, doing a lot of the groundwork that you would think would be necessary to make all this happen. And I know it's like, when you guys started opening in 2025, why are we doing all this work ahead of time? It's because we don't want to wait to the last minute to be doing this. You see what I'm saying? So the one thing, like I said, the one thing that he can't do is he can't take a dish gumbo, collard green gumbo. He can't take a collard green gumbo dish and break it down. He doesn't know. And you can Google it all day long, but you know, some say put filet, some say don't put filet, some say, you know, red bell pepper, some say green bell pepper, right? So it's like, what would you do, right?
Yeah, like somebody can't be taught a recipe. In order to help him out with that, you would just teach him the recipe, show him how to make it a couple times, and be done with it. He doesn't. He's so ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. He's the only one that can do anything that he knows how to do.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely a competent partner. That's all. And it's proven to be that. In fact, we're even now that the plans are just about done, we've had to get on the architectural company again. And they said the 25th, the plans will be finished. But we've already started sourcing.
So you got to pay attention. Again, you got to always listen with your third ear and watch with your third eye when it comes to Darius Cooks and her shenanigans. Because she's trying to act like everything is going so smooth. But she has said on a couple occasions now that they've been having problems with this architectural company with getting these plans. They already behind with the plans. So he's like, now we have to get on them again. And now the 25th is supposed to be next day. So whatever that was, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. By Thursday, Friday at the latest, but we should see a post of the new plans, because you know how she is. She's going to post it on Instagram or something. But they've been having problems already. They've been having problems already.
So he's going Monday to meet with a couple different construction companies. I was like, oh, cool, I'll go with you. And he's like, yeah, probably not the best idea. And I was like, why not? Because if they see you coming, then they know you have foreign money and they're going to charge us more. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So I'm going to stay back. You handle it. So it's like when you do black business in America and you got somebody white going to the bank for you.
So Tommy Tommy had a meeting. I think he's had it now. With the contractors. He's meeting with contractors, you know, trying to get estimates, etc. on this project. And he tells Darius Cooks, as Tommy's like, yeah, I'm gonna go meet with the contractor. And Darius Cooks is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with you. And he's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And he tells Darius Cooks that it's not a good idea for him to go to the meetings. And what he'll do is once they make the deal, then he'll bring Darius Cooks in after they've settled on the cost, because he knows that if they see Darius, they're going to charge him. They're going to charge more because they're going to be like, oh, he American. He got money. Well, okay, that could be possibly, you know, true. It doesn't seem far-fetched. However, Darius Cooks not being able to be in every conversation related to his 90% of his business is very suspect. On top of that, it's also suspect because I remember when we started hearing about this, and Darius Cooks, one of the main things he was saying as he was giving out the narrative, there's zero crime in Bali. There's nothing. They leave their doors open. They don't even have keys to their house. Tommy can leave $3 million in his center console. Ain't nobody ever touch it. They so honest here. They don't do nothing. They believe in the honor system over here. Ain't no crime. Zero crime. Zero crime. He doing all that. And they supposed to be so honest. They different than us Americans. This shouldn't be happening. There should be no corruption. You shouldn't have to worry about them overcharging you just because you're a foreigner. I thought there was no corruption, zero crime. They so honest. Everything the honest system over here, they different than you Americans. But now you can't go to a meeting because if they see you, they're gonna try to get you. Girl, it's the conflicting storylines for me.
I'm local. I speak the language, so we don't handle it. And then, you know, when once I settle on like the pricing and the contract, then I'll introduce you and we can all go the contract together. Perfect. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. And he's like, you always want to make sure you term stuff out. So like, regardless of what they say they're going to do, you never pay everything up front. You term it out. You say, here is, you know, a small deposit. You give me this. All right, here's the next draw. So I'm learning, you know, how they work and how things work. So I don't.
He's learning how they work and how things work. Well, for one, they talking about they're going to bring him in after they make the deal and have the conversations. That means they plotting on your ass, you idiot. That means they making a deal. Tommy gonna get his little side extra. They gonna say, "Oh man, we're gonna charge you." Well, now it's already at 250K, I think. We're gonna charge you. Just tell that old ignorant, stuck up American. Tell him, let's go with what you think, Tommy. A good idea. Tommy say, well, we had told him about 250. Well, how about we go like this? Tell him 235. We're gonna make him think he getting a deal. Then, no, tell him 250. Then by the end, we're gonna boost it up to 275 because we're gonna keep having delays and issues and da. And then Tommy, out of that, you're gonna get 25 in your pocket by yourself. So you can open up your own business without having to get her 40% of it. Oh, Crooks. Then he talking about the draws. That's not unique to Bali, idiot. That's what we do in America with construction as well. But she's never built anything from the ground up. So she don't know that. And the people she's had worked on her various projects, she scammed them. So she's not aware that that's how you do projects. New construction projects, you pay as you go. It's progress payments. You got your plan stage, your deposit, then you have if demo is necessary or excavation, the foundation, you pay at that. Then when you get into your framing, that's another payment. When you get into your rough ends, that's the plumbing, the HVAC, and all of that. Then, you know, you get to your next, when you get to your drywalling and all of that, you pay another. Then you get to your finishes, you pay another. Then there's a punch list and stuff in the back end. That's not unique to Bali, you idiot. Yeah, that's how they do things over here. No, that's how things are just done. But she know everything. She know everything.
I think, and also what you don't know about Tommy is he's also a chef consultant, so he's helped.
What you don't know about Tommy is he's a chef consultant. How many times have we heard you say that, girl?
A number of businesses, the Lawn, Bossman Burgers, the Barn, and quite a few more people. He helped them open, right? So he helped the owners. They paid him a fee. You know, he has like worked with them to staff and train and the whole bit, right? So he's done all that for other people, just never for him.
Y'all see these comments? This Tony triplet person talking about some Tommy is family for real. It's the coach-like behavior. Because as soon as this goes awry, Tommy's gonna be garbage. They're gonna hate Tommy. They're gonna say they ain't never liked him. They always knew something was wrong with him. He too fake and phony. He like Tommy from Martin. He ain't got no job. All of it. They're gonna be going in on Tommy. But right now, Tommy family. This Sheila's daughter. Tommy is super smart. It is literally like a coat, y'all. Whatever he programmed them to say and think, that's where they go with. And when he changes like the wind, so do they. Oh, it's crazy. This official one at the bottom, official one, Miss K. Tommy is your long lost brother from another. Oh, God. Before I move too far, let's Darius Cooks mentioned his future competitors, Gertrudes. So he had more to say other than what we're watching here, and it's in a different clip because it was in a live stream. So let me pull that up. Hopefully the sound is good on this. If not, we got to share it the long way. Hopefully the sound is much better. But this is Darius Cooks telling us his thoughts about Gertrudes soul food that is already actively working in Bali. They haven't opened up their physical location, but they're in Bali serving people. Ooh, now that's way loud. Hold on, that was too loud of my end.
Not even concerned, because anybody who Black Southern soul food restaurant in Bali, not one. There is one that is coming, but it's called Gertrudes. Not even concerned, because anybody who names their restaurant Gertrudes in Bali is in my opinion, is not thinking carefully, because Gertrudes doesn't mean anything to somebody who is living in Bali, who's, Balinese, or somebody who's coming from another country, right? What does the word Gertrudes mean to anybody who's in France? They don't know what Gertrudes is, right? Now, if I'm in Alabama, if I'm in Mississippi, if I'm in Tennessee, if I'm in Georgia, if I'm in Oklahoma, if I'm in Arkansas, and I hear the word Gertrudes, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. That speaks to an old Black woman's name. So that must be like a restaurant. Like,
there are no people of other races named Gertrude. Actually, I've first, when I used to hear it growing up, it was always white women. Okay.
Like a soul food spot. But here, it doesn't make sense. This is where cultural appropriation is important, right? This is why I have an Indonesian business partner, because I could run the cultural stuff through him. He knows culture. He don't know soul food. He don't know hip hop like that, but at least he does know local culture. So I could run that through him and say, what makes sense? In fact, you may remember when we first started this journey, it was going to be called hip hop fried chicken, right? And fried chicken is a thing here, but you can get a piece of fried chicken from a stand. Like right now, I can walk out to a stand and get a piece of fried chicken for like 60 cents, right?
Miss Kim says Gertrude is German. See, I didn't even know. That's why I'm like, I think I've at least heard of at least one or two Black women named Gertrude, but honestly, it's always primarily been white women for me in my world.
So,
but yeah, I see a lot of y'all saying the same thing. I didn't preference this, but the hateration on another Black business who obviously beat you to the punch. They had the idea obviously before you, because not only are they already there, but they have been doing tastings and everything. They're doing their market research. And the first thing you got to say about something you have not tried, you have not looked into, is you trying to rip them apart. That's how much of a hater she is. Where he could have looked at it as an opportunity to build community, try to get to know the people, talk shop, see what they know, learn some other stuff. You got Tommy, one Indonesian man, and he putting all his eggs in that one Tommy basket. What Tommy don't know or misunderstand or has his own stereotypical views about, that's what Darius comes with. That's why the idiot didn't know that, in fact, there was a Black-owned soul food restaurant coming to Bali. Why? Because he has locked his sights on only what Tommy knows. Tommy ain't Black. Tommy don't know what the Black community in Bali is doing. So he missed out on this. Also, he just didn't do his market research in general. In general. Let's talk about that. Because there's a lot of things she keeps saying, and then we seeing that she was wrong. No permits. We saw that that's incorrect. No building permits needed. No realtors. We found out that's wrong. We just did a quick little Google search on that. On top of that, she says that, and I meant to play last week, we just didn't get to it. The clip of her in her Airbnb, the one she's in right now, they're selling the house. The house is for sale, but they're using it as an Airbnb. There was a showing during one of her live streams, and she's in the corner at the table, and she's like, "Oh, that's the those are the buyers and the realtor. They walking around looking at the place." I thought they ain't had no realtors in Bali. And literally watching realtors on your live stream now. It's ridiculous. No sweet potatoes. Y'all can name it. Name the other stuff. All the stuff that we've seen is not true. He was gonna be the first soul food restaurant in Bali. And wrong answer. You'll be the second. Might be another one out there too. He don't know nothing about. You might be the fifth by the time you get this thing open, if it happens. Based on how Tommy and his friends get you together. Seriously ridiculous. But all this hateration has not even talked to these people, and he throwing that much salt on them from a name. From a name. Because it's not a name he would go with. Because he go with literal things for all his names. Every business he's done, if you look at it, it's a literal name. Because her mind works like that.
He felt that by calling it hip hop fried chicken, it would sort of lessen.
Which was a stupid ass name anyway. Let's keep that real. How about that? You was talking about some hip hop fried chicken.
Cheapen the whole idea, right? It would cheapen it a little bit. And so we don't want to do any of that, which is the reason why we decided to change the name and now call it hip hop soul. Right? Which, in my opinion, I think makes beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. So, again, I just think it's important to understand cultural relevance in a lot of this. And, I can tell you what I know. I know what works in America, but I don't know what works here, which is why I have Tommy, because Tommy knows exactly what works here. Tommy's been doing this for years. He's helped countless other restaurants open. He's just never.
Good point, Chanel. So hip hop equates to soul food? Exactly.
Never had his shot because it costs, and he just doesn't have the extra cash, to build from the ground up and do all that. And then he doesn't know soul food. But now, combining the whole bit together.
So Renee Brown, are you saying that there's soul food tasting in Bali? Like some kind of, is it an event or something?
It makes for a perfect team environment between he and I. So that's where we are. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense for you. And we're all good there. Now I have to go. I'm in the middle of, I only called you because I was uploading a video. I was uploading to the Darius Cooks Plus app. Okay. Wednesday night Bible study. The video is now uploaded, and I'm getting ready to work on the content, the reels and the videos for the meatloaf, the mashed potatoes, and the church lady cabbage. Okay. Do you have to have menus in different languages? Let me say this one more time.
Now watch him try to read and get people together. It's so ridiculous. And then contradict everything we've been watching him do on every single live that Tommy's been a part of, and the one we might watch a little bit of tonight.
For you, there's two Balis that exist here. There's a local Bali that speaks local language. There's a tourism Bali that speaks nothing but English. This restaurant is focused on the tourism, just like if you tour and you go to Puerto Rico. It's a predominantly Spanish-speaking environment. If you go to the tourist areas in Puerto Rico, what do they speak? Got it. English, all right? If you go to Dominican Republic and you go to, the resort, you go to the tourist areas of the resort, what do they speak? English, right? Got it. Okay, cool. If you go to Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, right? Or, you go someplace and you go to the tourist area, what do they speak? If you just, again, I think if you just retool your brain a little bit, if you just stop for one moment, think about the question you're going to ask and just filter that question through a little bit of common sense before you ask it. And this is not a dig to anybody. I'm not reading anybody. I'm just saying I want you to think about that. When I travel, I like local food. When I'm a tourist, I want the food that the natives eat. The food that's here has microorganisms that will make you sick. So you can't eat the food here, right? You can't go to a local food stand. You ever heard of something called Bali Belly? Okay.
So if you go with her narrative, where she's literally creating a narrative, if you go with her narrative, Americans have never been to Bali ever until now because they can't eat there. There's zero food in Bali that, well, foreigners, period, can eat because they would get Bali belly from eating anything in Bali. That don't even make sense. It's like he just picks out these obscure things and says them and tries to make a point with it, but it literally makes no sense. What are you talking about? People eat, foreigners eat food in Bali. Maybe they can't eat the street food. They can't drink eat food that is cooked with the water coming from their faucets, large amounts of it. That stuff makes sense. But they can still eat native food. Bali has restaurants. What are you talking about? You don't even know. You're just trying to, but they fall for it. Oh my God. It's a cult. They've been so brainwashed. Right. It was Jerica. He does Bible study now.
Look at this. Balibelly. Bali belly is a thing. What is?
That's another good point. Deborah saying street food is iffy everywhere. That is very true. I don't even eat street food when I'm traveling in America.
Bali belly, another name for traveler's diarrhea caused by consuming contaminated food or water. Usually Bali belly is caused by bacteria. The bacteria is most likely to make you, this is grammatically incorrect, to make you sick with a stomach bug is E. coli as well as Shigella S and Salmonella. All right. So the way they do a lot of stuff in the.
Now, his point of reference was a poorly written caption of some sort. Ain't no telling where it came from. Somebody just randomly wrote that.
Local places here. So the other day I was live on this page and I showed you there was a whole suckling pig that they had roasted. It's 85 degrees outside. 85 degrees outside. Huh? Oh, let me get rid of this idiot right here. Hold on, ban. It's 85 degrees outside. That pork, that pig, sat outside all day. Okay? That pig sat outside all day long. Okay? And they left the pig outside. It was cooked. It was covered, but it was outside in the heat, not refrigerated. When it was time for their nightly service, they took that same pig that was sitting out all day, carved it, heated it, and then served it to you. So again, I know you might want to eat like the locals, but you might want to be careful in Southeast Asia consuming food like locals.
So you see how he's gone to the extreme? To the extreme.
We don't
to prove a point.
Have
that still didn't get proven.
The microorganisms in our body to fight off the bacteria that's harmful to us, like they can. That's, again, there's two Balis. There's tourism, foreigner Bali, then there is local Bali. Local Bali, you can't fuck with. Okay? Neither can I. Fruit, that's about it. Other than that, we can't do it. The soups, you might be able to get away with the soup because the soups are heated. So any bacteria that's in the soup might be cooked off. That's only if they're serving it to you as soon as it's been cooked. A lot of times they'll cook it, leave it at room temperature, it develops bacteria, then they reheat it. They can handle it. You can't. Your American stomach can't. So many things are different here.
So we've watched a multitude of times as he just made the most ignorant statements about Bali, Tommy, all of that. But now he's just so evolved. And see, y'all the ones, y'all need to twist your minds. Y'all can't get out of the American mindset. Meanwhile, Tommy ain't never heard of this. Tommy, who do you know? Martin. He don't know Martin. Tommy, have you ever had cornbread? He ain't never had no cornbread. Girl, what? You need to change your American mindset. What? It's as if, but they watch hours of this stuff and they so gone. They so gone. We're about to get to that in a minute. So as far as Gertrudes is concerned, for those of you, and thank you for the Cash Apps, Sock Snob Films friend, and also Patricia H. Thank you so much, friends, for the Cash Apps. I appreciate you. So we then have Gertrudes. We got a little bit on that. Gertrudes, they have an Instagram page. They do desserts. They do food, desserts, and beverages, and it's a catering company established in 2018. When you go to Gertrude's website, they explain how they got the name. Unlike Darius Cooks, it wasn't picked off the sky with just a brainstorming session with an Indonesian man. There's actually a purpose to this, and it ain't based on a fake story about a made-up grandma. So it says our story, and this is from the website, from their website. Says Shonda Singleton Taylor has been baking and cooking for more than 20 years, and she started our company in 2009. We began as a dessert company and later ventured into catering. As we grew, we renamed our company Gertrude's Kitchen LLC in honor of Mother Dear Shonda's grandmother. It was Mother Dear who taught Shonda how to cook and bake long before she decided to attend culinary school. Oh, we got a real chef here. A real chef, an actual chef. Look like Tommy and Shonda are actual chefs. Darius Cooks is the part of this equation that is not. Says Shonda earned her Associates of Science degree from in baking and pastry from the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. In addition, she holds a Bachelor's of Science and a Master's degree in accounting and business administrative, respectively, from Florida A&M University. So then they ended up doing what people have asked Darius Cooks, was he going to do that he should consider doing? They're like, Master, are you going to have a tasting so you can test the recipes and make sure they're going to work for the people of Bali? I don't need to do that. We just going to open this plate. We're going to see what happens. That's what Darius Cooks says. Well, Gertrudes, although he thinks the name is it's not a good name, and they ain't put no effort into it, and they ain't thought this through. Literally, it's based on the woman's history. They actually did a tasting, and here it is. I'm gonna mute some of it because there's some music playing too.
Sorry, Sunny, I couldn't make it. I'm like, always here. Yeah. I had people that was like, oh, I don't know. Like I had a homegirl was like, I'm gonna be there, and then.
So that's Gertrudes. You see, they pay the different baked goods, the desserts rather. They did a tasting, like it looked like it was a pop-up tasting at some restaurant. They had customers there. Those desserts actually look good. I was the first thought I had when I was seeing those, I was like, Darius Cooks then found something he gonna be trying to copy from. He gonna steal from Gertrudes. I guarantee you, he gonna be stealing from. So they was doing a tasting at this restaurant, and they had they had a live DJ. Let me see, is that also a part of this? And then they did questioning this guy. I'll play his little interview because it was a little interesting. I think there's music playing in the background though. I think it is. Yeah, never mind. He was saying that he's been in Bali, I think he said 10 years, and he has never been, they don't have soul food there. And so he was like, just even having the cabbage and the mac and cheese for him brought a tear to his eye because, him being there that long, when he runs into Black people, he's asked them, like, do we have soul food? Where can you get it? And everybody's like, nope, we ain't got it. So there is, a demand for it. And that's the young lady who was with him. She was saying that the mac and cheese was absolutely amazing. That's why she's doing all that. She said the mac and cheese was macking. And then, I think the owner's walking around and asking people how was food. Everyone was giving rave reviews. Then here's them doing some prep there. Looks like they're definitely making the peach cobbler and then some other things. Of course, there's a little like cabbage going on over there. And they have a whole kitchen set up. And and they are putting these delicious items together. But it looks like this might be for a separate event because that's way less food than what they actually had in those trays. So little wasn't like catering size. But I'm like, oh yeah, these little parfait style desserts that they got, or the way they just put everything in like a parfait little container. Darius Cooks gonna copy that. We're gonna see it. Watch y'all. Watch. I gotta remember I said this. Watch. She gonna copy. If she don't copy that exactly, she gonna copy some form of it and other things from Gertrudes. Watch yourself, friend. Watch yourself. You got a predator out there on the loose, and she already hating on y'all, and all she knows is your name and that you did a tasting and you gonna open. That's all she knowing. She hating on y'all. Craziness. So the owner had put in her caption on Instagram, the soul food tasting in Bali was a hit. It was a vibe. It says guests enjoy a soul food tasting experience with some of our classic dishes like beef oxtails with short ribs, roasted chicken with rosemary, garlic, ginger sauce, mac and cheese, mustard greens with smoked chicken. Even the food sounds healthy enough. Baked beans, potato salad, and more, all infused with a touch of Balinese flavor. See, they doing a little bit of a fusion. What Darius Cooks said, y'all need to do no fusion. Y'all don't do that. It's black folks soul food. It's gonna stay black folks soul food. It don't matter if it's in Bali. It ain't for them. It's for the black tourist people. Gertrude's already ahead of the curve. So with a touch of Balinese flavor, our specialty gourmet desserts include red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting, sour cream pound cake with cream cheese frosting, sweet potato bread pudding with caramel sauce, white chocolate bread pudding with caramel sauce, and peach cobbler bread pudding with caramel sauce. Thank you to everyone who joined us for this delicious culinary adventure. We hope you loved the food and desserts. A special thanks to everyone who helped make this a success. So Gertrudes, look out, friend. Look out. There's a predator on the loose. And her name is Darius Cooks. Okay, so we're going to return to the one who's, why didn't I see? Where's that? This it? I probably got to reshare. Is this it? I don't know. Maybe that's it. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, yeah. Okay, it's it. This is about to get interesting. I don't think we're getting to the Tommy cooking part, y'all. So, yeah, we ain't going to get to that. I'll do some highlights from it, maybe. Man, that's so low.
Bali is all about an experience, right? A lot of these places, restaurants you go to, it's an experience. They take you off of the streets of Bali when you walk in, and you go immediately to another experience. So remember what I told you before. These are keep on the forefront of your mind. Everything you know about America, throw it away. I'm not an American. So you can't take your American literacy of what you interpret hip hop to be and then put it over here on what we're trying to do.
He keeps saying, take your American mind out of it, but literally we just watch him do that constantly when it comes to Tommy and Indonesia, period.
Very, very, very different over here. When you ask a person over here who is one of their top all-time R&B or hip-hop performers, do you know what the answer is? Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown. So this just gives you the idea of what a subculture thinks of an American subculture. So you got to be able to extrapolate out thought processes and
There are literally people in America who would also say Chris Brown is their favorite. I've heard that a multitude of times. So what point is he trying to prove? Like who was supposed to be the favorite for them to say that it's like Americans think? Because we don't all agree on the same person either. I'm very lost at that. Felicia Scott is saying sound. I don't know what that means, friend. Sound? Yes, sound. It exists. I don't know. Look at that. Juice Box is saying Breezy is great. Again, I'm assuming that Juice Box is here in the United States of these Americas. Right. Jill Scott is also a fan of Chris Brown. I saw that was that today or yesterday? I saw that as well. Yes. She's getting drugged for that.
This is where I don't know this, right? I don't know this piece of it and what Tommy does. So he knows what is appropriate, he knows what is overstepping the boundary, and he knows what would be a little hard to say. So based on Chris Brown is more popular than Beyonce. From Tommy's mouth. Chris Breezy is more popular. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you start to learn people's understanding of what culture is and what culture is about. And you go, okay, like if you mention to a Balinese person, you mentioned Bill Cosby, their reply is, oh, that's the criminal, right? That's the criminal. Not the Cosby Show, not A Different World, not Albert, not Claire Huxtable, not Gordon Gartrell, not
He just uses the most stereotypical references ever. Somebody mentions Bill Cosby, and because they don't talk about the Cosby Show and they mention his criminal history, that means that culturally they're totally different, because all of us would definitely first go to the Cosby Show. Does he realize that Bill Cosby had a career before the Cosby Show? And the Cosby Show, great. I ain't hating on the Cosby Show. I grew up with it just like many of us did. Definitely has a fond place in my heart. Absolutely. But that ain't the only place I go when I think of Bill Cosby. First of all, I recently go to his crimes. But then he had a career way before that, acting, and he was a comedian and been in movies and all of that kind of stuff. Back in the 70s, he was a star. She only go to the Cosby Show because that's all she knew. Ridiculous. But it's only her mindset. Why can't anyone else besides us over here see the narcissism? It's sociopathic behavior. It's really sociopathic. It's on a higher level. It's sociopathic behavior. Why is it that we only see it over here and in the exposing groups and those platforms? Why is it? It's so blatantly obvious.
The nighttime is the right time, not donuts in Delaware, none of that, right? My baby, none of that, right? They immediately go to the criminal. So again, I think it's important to understand culture here. And if you see me doing something, it's because I've cleared it through time, right? We've cleared the cultural differences, we've cleared all of this naming and just psychology.
And that should obviously be a clear sign. She's so ridiculous that she didn't even realize that's not a good idea, to think you can clear something less culturally appropriate through one person. God forbid somebody, well, Tommy, God forbid he using you as the person to know what's appropriate for Black culture, because we've seen you a multitude of times on all these lives mislead Tommy. One person is never a good barometer of what is good or bad, or okay or not okay, as it pertains to an entire culture. That's idiotic. It's very idiotic. We all have different levels of sensitivity when it comes to cultural issues. Some people like him think that people of other races can earn their way into using the N-word. Some of y'all don't use it at all and feel offended when even other people of color use it, Black people use it. People like me, I get it, and sometimes it comes out because I'm like, oh, it fits. That's a ninja. So you can't go off one person's opinion. Right, Sugar Spice. That's a ninja. And some of y'all like, oh, I don't like that word. I won't ever use them words. Ninja. That's a ninja. I don't care what y'all say. It's a prime example of one. He's that one when Harriet Tubman was saving the enslaved people. This the one that was telling Massa. This is the one looking out and telling the trail they took. Oh, Uncle Ruckus.
This makes sense. It's all been clear through a local Balinese perspective. So if you see me making a decision or you see something there, just know we didn't just come up with this and applied it. We looked at it through the lens of culture and applied it to group culture. Okay? There you go. So, and again, doesn't matter if you've been here before, all that's fine. If you've not worked on understanding what business is about, if you've not worked on opening a business, if you've not done the actual research to understand psychology habits, not just of local Balinese, but also of those who are visiting the area, then this should not even be up for conversation.
So he's telling them, if you ain't done the research, then this shouldn't even be up for conversation. He ain't done the research, and this man had already put money into it. He don't even know that there was another soul food restaurant coming. He don't know that they had realtors there. He don't know that you got to get permits to build there. He didn't know that they actually do have sweet potatoes there. He didn't know that his business partner wasn't 36, but he was 26.
Does Tommy have money like you? He does not. He does not. That's part of the issue is that he can't earn enough money to get in, right?
And I don't know, Tommy, I questioned a little bit because I don't know what house Tommy was in, but if he was in his own bedroom, that bedroom looked very, very upgraded, very fancy-ish. I was like, is that a hotel room or is it his bedroom? But it seemed like I saw it twice, like different times. But I didn't dig, but it seemed like Tommy may not be as destitute as Darius Cooks wants to make him.
Even his like cooking classes, right? I think the cooking class runs like maybe 45, maybe $50, right? That's super inexpensive for a cooking class. You and I both know that a really high-end, beautiful, amazing cooking class, what type of music will be played at the restaurant? Smooth jazz and traditional country. And hip-hop soul. Tommy is a 50-50 partner. If you're putting up the capital, where does that leave him as far as partners? Well, you said Tommy was 50-50. Where'd you hear that from? I've never told you that Tommy was a 50-50 partner in hip-hop soul. What I said was he was actually a 90-10 partner. So 10% to him, 90% for me, which is where we decided to start, right? That's the agreement that we signed. That's the contract we came up with. So that's the first piece of this. But I also feel like there's extra opportunity here, and he is super passionate about two things: running a cooking class, which he currently does, but he doesn't own it. So I said to him, "Why don't we do this? Why don't we open up 3 cooking classes that are yours?" Right? And the only thing stopping him from doing the cooking classes is the money. He doesn't have the money. So it's okay, cool. How much you call? I'll pay it. I'll pay for it. Right? Just give me, 40%. Right?
I don't understand. Is this a statement or a question, Angela Feemster, where you're saying Darius showed the land he is buying to build his soul food restaurant and 2-bedroom apartment on? I don't understand. Is that a statement? Are you asking if he did that? Or are you just making a statement that he did do that? And it's supposed to be a house, not an apartment. But the other thing is what I noticed here, Darius Cooks, I don't know. I don't know if Tommy is, maybe he's just not that informed, but Darius Cooks is doing the same thing that the other people have been doing with Tommy, as far as if Tommy has been a consultant and helped these other restaurants open and they paid him a fee. Darius Cooks is doing the same thing. The only difference is Darius Cooks is giving him the impression that he's a business partner, so he can get him to really truly invest mentally, emotionally, all of that. But it's only 10%. So when you really break it down, he's probably going to be making the same as what he made as a consultant when the other people paid him a fee. The other piece is, as an owner, Darius Cooks gets to tell Tommy, you don't earn no money till we start making money at the restaurant. So Tommy about to put in a year plus of work with no pay. However, if he had become a consultant, he would be getting paid along the way. It also, when I thought about this, I said, this is how Darius grifts. So now he got this man putting all this work in for free, because it's supposed to be, oh, of course you get paid when we start earning revenue. We're not earning no revenue. Therefore, you work for free. But when it gets going, Darius Cooks is probably going to do exactly what he did to myself and our other business partner and finagle the numbers, because of Tommy's revenue and his salary is going to be based off of profit margin. Darius Cooks is going to eat up the profit margin. Darius Cooks going to finagle those numbers. So by the time Tommy, and then he ain't going to show Tommy anyway, but by the time Tommy hears, he'll be like, well, we didn't even break even. You know, it takes some months for a restaurant to break even. So now Tommy really working for free when the restaurant opened too. That's how she works. We'll see. We'll see though. I mean, I know Tommy's gonna get the short end of the stick. We know that. Well, he already getting the short end of the stick. 10% ownership, and Tommy did all this leg work, creating spreadsheets, doing all this research while she sit on IG Lives 14 hours a day. Tommy working 16-hour days, doing his regular job, and then got to come and put together spreadsheets and have meetings.
There's another opportunity right there. Then we were at a barbecue restaurant together, and I was like, I can make much better barbecue than this. I can smoke ribs much better than this.
Who is that? Jay Vickers is saying, but see, Tommy did the numbers, so he may be okay. Tommy's doing perspective numbers. That don't have nothing to do with your actuals. I did a projected budget every year for my when I was in corporate America. Every year I did my projected budget. It was a guesstimation. It meant nothing to the actual real budget. I mean, you know, you're trying to get within that range, but this is a business that don't even exist. Even with my projected budget in corporate America, I was basing it on historical data and experience. So I was at least within the range, but there were also years where I was way off. But you know, in certain categories. That don't mean nothing. That's all made up. This business don't exist. Remember, he thinking they finna make millions each year. They can't even charge that much. And these Bali restaurants that I've been seeing don't look that full.
I was like, yes, I know I can make baked beans. I know how to make green beans and white potatoes. I know how to make potato salad. I know how to make coleslaw. I know how to make barbecue sauce from scratch. I said, we're going to a barbecue restaurant. A real, proper, Southern American barbecue restaurant. Hip-hop pick. He said, seriously? I was like, if you serious, I'm serious. He said, okay. All right. I guess we got to start like a restaurant group. Why not? Why not? So anyway, that's just, conversation. So listen. And when developing the menu, you have to adjust the ingredients recipes too.
And y'all got to remember, this stunt queen is so dirty that Darius Cooks will have 2 books for that business. He'll have a book that Tommy is aware of and what Tommy think. Because remember, Darius Cooks was very adamant that he wants this the POS system, the point of sale system, to be attached to him only. He want to be able to rectify and where Tommy can't control where it goes and all of that kind of stuff. Darius Cooks will end up having 2 books on this man, one that exists for Tommy purposes, and then the real one where he really knows what's happening with the money. and gets to steal it and finagle it and everything else. Those are the things Tommy is gonna see down the road, since he think all y'all just haters.
So, think about it this way. Remember I told you, everything you know about America, everything, and I keep saying this because I know it's a hard concept to swallow. If you only can think about something in one way, it's hard to think about this shit in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's hard, but you gotta stop thinking about this like in America, right? When Mexicans come to our neighborhoods in the hood in America to open up restaurants, you don't see them motherfuckers putting collard greens, sweet potatoes, candy yams, fried chicken, banana pudding on their menu. You don't see that, right? When Greeks come to the hood and they open up a restaurant and put
Jay Vickers is saying Darius is gonna have to show Tommy the actuals, and Tommy will tell what's being inflated versus what submitted. I would hope we shall see. Jay Vickers, have you watched my video on the lunch machine? You do know I was in business with him before. This ain't me just basing it on, I don't know, gossip, rumors, speculation. This is based on me knowing how he operates. Not only from my own personal experience, but also the years of other stuff that I know. Some things I've shared with y'all, some I have not. For you to even say that Darius is gonna have to, this girl don't follow nobody's rules. None. He ain't gonna have. I mean, he should. And yes, I hear what you're saying. Like, well, yeah, an honest person would have to show the books, the actual books, to your business partner. That's not the kind of person. This is a sociopath. Jay Vickers. This is not a regular person. I understand what you're saying, friend, but you applying American belief. No, like her. So you gotta switch your American mind. No, you do have to realize we're talking about a straight stunt queen scammer. So our regular way of thinking don't apply to this. Our regular morals don't apply to this. Like, that's not how he operates. Tommy ain't gonna have to, in her mind, ain't gonna have to see nothing because she ain't gonna show. She'd be like, sue me. That's how he operates. Chantel. I mean, people would say, oh, he gonna have to pay the tips to the wait staff. They worked and came in every day and they humped. And he promised in the contract that he was gonna settle their tips every evening for the kitchen comeback. He made an excuse the first night. The second, rushed out, I think, the first night. They couldn't catch him. Second night, he made an excuse. He come back that final morning. They like, hey, now you done gone 2 days without giving these people their tips that were supposed to be settled per the contract every evening. Well, I've been working 14 hours on my feet, blah, 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 blah. Again, a person with morals, we would say, no, of course he's going to make sure they get their tips before he walk out and quit. Really, in the evening when he was supposed to, every night. What does he do? Not only does he not pay them every evening, settled up with the tips every evening as he was supposed to, but then he also quit on the last day and then said he didn't have enough information when he should have been settling up every evening. Talking about he didn't have all the information he needed to settle their tips. Demanded that they send it. They send, and then he's saying, you ain't sending me the right stuff. That was in January. We're in April. Do you think they ever got their tips, friend? Nope. So Tommy ain't seeing them actually. I said all that. I went way around. But I just have to remind us, because I know y'all, I get it. Y'all normal. Y'all normal, and y'all used to dealing with other normal people. This ain't that. This ain't that, friend. This ain't that. So Tommy gonna get screwed in the end, just like everybody else, because this is how she operates. And pro Tommy, his nose wide open is what I'm seeing right now. Okay, this thing got to move a little faster now. Yeah, we ain't getting to that. We got to do the cooking thing to. I ain't gonna promise tomorrow. We'll see how I feel, because definitely Wednesday though.
You don't see them, incorporate smothered chicken into this stuff. So it's the same concept here. Right? And we bring a black Southern American restaurant to Bali. We're bringing a black Southern restaurant to Bali. We're not mixing nasi goreng and black eyed peas together. Like that's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes the restaurant appeal is that it is an authentic restaurant. It is not a fusion. It is an authentic Black Southern American restaurant. Plain and simple. That's it. So,
however, Gertrudes was able to stay true to our soul food staples while incorporating some of the Balinese flavor. They were able to do it. Madam X is saying, I honestly don't think Tommy is that naive. If what Sis Scam says is true, and Tommy has actually helped many people open restaurants, he's the one with the upper hand, not Scam. True. I mean, I'm with you, friend. I'm really hoping that is the case. And that makes sense. What your statement makes total sense. And I'm praying. But I swear unless Tommy is just that great of an actor, because I swear the way Tommy acting, woo, it's making me nervous.
So that's number two. Yes, you do have to adjust a bit of change because the ingredients are different, right? What is one ingredient that we use that will it be open 7 days a week? Yeah, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Yeah.
So he gonna have this restaurant open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. She didn't even like running her restaurants that were open. I don't even know, 4-5 days out of the week. Now she gonna, well, no, Tommy is the one gonna be dealing with all that drama. I just thought about it. 24-hour, 7-day a week restaurant. It's all about the money. That's all he care about.
Like you do realize that processed refined sugar is not good. That domino sugar that we get, that I use, is not good.
Processed refined sugar is not good for us. However, she has to put it in everything, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I definitely. Here you can get an account. It's so easy, right? So that's all you need to open up an account. I'm trying to see the hill. Who y'all talking about?
So now we move into the other part that I wanted to get into. So we're done with the restaurant stuff, and now we're moving into the psychology of the DHAG cult and how they operate. So what we're moving into is there was some infighting with the DHAGs, and that happens often actually. And it got so bad that they got to tussling in the chat, and it caught Darius Cooks' attention. And you see, she loved drama, even amongst her own her flying monkeys. She loved to see it. It's entertaining for her. It's like she sits on her witch's throne, and every once in a while she tell them, "Go out there and y'all fight for my entertainment." And he just watching it and smiling and reading the comments and like, who y'all talking about? What's happening? Gleeful. And then they say, this a positive, this a family over here, this a positive environment, this is God over here. And then they lead a laughing when they get to disagreeing and brawling with each other. Look at him, just gleeful. The smile on his face. He loves it. Right, they were hagging it out.
Why y'all think Breon could have so much? Y'all talking about Breon. Is Breon the one that cut up? Why y'all think Breon is the one that cut up?
So they get to talking about Breon, and if you pay attention to the chat, you'll see Breon in the chat. And so Breon is a D-hag bully. And if you pay attention to the chat, you'll see. Well, now it's changing. But if you look at if you watch the replay and you pay more attention to the chat, you'll see Breon bullying people throughout, and it's just what she does, harassing and all of that. And so people have had enough. Some of the D-hags have had enough in this particular chat, and they like, you need to get rid of her. Blah blah blah. Catches his attention, and you see he just gleeful, and now he's trying to get it stirred up a little bit. He laughing that hard at them fighting and having a problem with somebody in the group who's putting out toxic energy. That's so entertaining. Who y'all want me to get rid of? Y'all, this is cult leader behavior. This reminds me, y'all know Nature Boy, the cult leader who just got arrested, well, not arrested, convicted about a month or so ago for the cult he was leading, and he had a women fight each other and stuff. And this is that kind of behavior. We know other people. I can't think of nobody else on the top of my head. But this is that kind of behavior. Cult leader who just wants to see their minions and their followers fight each other just for my entertainment in this moment. Who should we get rid of? I want to see y'all fight. Let me create some discord.
We need to have a meeting. Who we got to get rid of? Y'all always, every time I be talking, y'all always be saying stuff in between the lines. So let's just deal with it. Let's just deal with it. We can deal with it right now.
Another part of the chat message I noticed, there's somebody, midwife something, talking about something. I'm about to book me a plane ticket to Bali. Then Breon comments, midwife, no way, leave him alone. Oh my God. These are grown women with children and stuff, y'all. Retirees and everything. Oh, wow. Ooh, Jesus. So Breon in the chat now talking about some speak up, because people saying that she the problem. So she like, speak up. I'm here. And then Breon Love is, hand me the button. Meaning, hand me the button so I can block him, master. And then somebody said, now why you being messy? I think they're talking to Crooks.
Y'all was very vocal. She said, hand me the button. Who I need to get rid of? I can't get rid of the button because I don't answer for this people. let me just say this. If you don't like what Breon has to say,
somebody did speak up. I just can't find the comment, but it was one person that was going back and forth who did say her name, but he ignored that comment.
That's all about, right? That way, when you log on to the live stream, you won't see Breon, right? But I have to say a few things about Breon. Okay, I understand her approach is a little rough around the edges, all right? But you cannot convince me that her intentions are bad. Breon has been here with me for years. She came from Periscope, and she has stuck by, not just stuck by, she has also defended me in many situations. When there are people who immediately peg me to be a scammer, Breon said, no, I'm going to stand by this brother, and I'm going to show him love and support. She is in almost every live stream. She has purchased almost every product. She has been a diamond with Darius Cooks several times, and we have even played spades against each other. I take the support that I get very, very, very seriously. I have a lot of fair weather followers that come and go. There are only a few of us that have been here from the beginning, flat foot, stood, and realized what our purpose has been. And Breon has been one of those. I am so sorry. She was going nowhere.
It's only a few of them who are flat-footed and have realized what their purpose is. Is that purpose like behind the scenes that they know that he's a scammer and a sociopath, and they like, master, we're okay with that, and we'll enable it. That's our purpose. Like, what's the purpose? So Breon is allowed to be toxic and a bully because Breon has been there with him since Periscope, all his scandal, and she always takes his side. And because of that, and she's gone to the different the dining with diarrhea events, dining with diabetes events. So because of that, she's a loyal customer. She can do whatever she wants in the chat to harass people and create discord.
There are certain people that you just cannot convince me. Susie Sue, you cannot convince me. Janelle, you cannot convince me. Felicia the Virgo, you cannot. I could go on and on and on, right? But there are people that you just cannot convince. Define arts, right? 50 Fat, right? These people, I'm sorry. Leave my job. Sorry. If you got a problem with it, I understand. She could be a little rough around the edges. So can you, right? Just block her. If you block her, you don't have to go to her, right? But I'm not. She's going over. Right here's where she belongs. She at home. All right? She at home. With family, she at home. Brianna's been around at the beginning. Now, how do you block her? Go to her profile, click the 3 dots, and click block. That way you don't have to see nothing that Brianna ever has to say in this live stream every morning, but I'm not. She's not going to. So when she says she's management, she really is. She looks out, y'all. She looks out, and she keeps the peace. And not only does she keep the peace, but you know how y'all do. You know how y'all do. You know y'all be cutting up. You know y'all be cutting up. You know y'all be acting up. You know what happened, and she calls it out. All right. She ain't going nowhere. They're going to stay right here. And when it's time to hang out and party, guess who's going to be in the midst? Breon. Right there. If we ever do anything in Phoenix, guess who's going to be the first person there? Breon. She crazy as hell, but so are you. They ever came in with a bathrobe.
She's crazy as hell, he says, but so are you. That heifer came in with a bathrobe. Listen to this part of the story. And there's a common theme. There's something we're working on in the future. Well, I'm working on in the future. Well, there's a common theme about the people who defend Darius Cooks and the platforms he's gone on and had certain interviews and stuff. And there's a common thing that the people look woohoo. They all have like either their infamous figures with their own controversies and scandals, so they get his scandal because they like, ooh, me too. I got my thing. Or they look woohoo. And most times it's woohoo. We getting there. I'm going somewhere. That's why we ain't gonna have time for the Tommy thing.
If we ever do anything in Phoenix, guess who's gonna be the first person there? Bria. She crazy as hell, but so are you. They ever came in with a bathrobe, a bathrobe and a suitcase, a roll on a suitcase. But if you're not showing down with Darius Cooks with a bathrobe and a roll on a suitcase, what is you doing? Okay. Do not ask me why she came in with that bathrobe. She was fully dressed. Don't ask me. I don't know. And she had a suitcase. She fit right at home. Anytime you show up, and that's my first time ever meeting you, and you that comfortable, but you at home. She ain't going nowhere. No. Sorry. It's a few of us that's like the new family, really. It's one that I'm sorry.
This woman showed up to his dining with diarrhea, dining with diabetes event with a bathrobe on, fully clothed underneath, but with a bathrobe and carry-on luggage, the willing carry-on luggage full of his products for him to sign. If that ain't saying woohoo, I don't know what is. Thank you so much, Galanda C, friend for the Cash App. So many platforms. I'm like, which one am I on? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. A bathrobe remember, this is supposed to be a 7-course upscale meal, and she comes with a bathrobe and luggage full of products for him to sign. And they supposed to be better than y'all. And I hope y'all can see the chat because she's in there commenting. I'm missing some of it, but she's in there like, oh, I love him. Oh, I'm over here in tears. All of it. She crazy as hell, but she ain't going nowhere. He's telling you. He said it multiple times. He's dissing her. He dragging her. Because that's who he is. That's cult leader. Yeah, you's a stupid bitch, but you ain't going nowhere. That's like a pimp slapping around. Fat, you stupid motherfucker. But I love you, girl. You ain't going nowhere. Now go sit over there and go back out there and harass some people and make my money.
It's the same thing.
So, because y'all know how I do it. I was watching this one, saw the chat, and she was like, I'm going live after this. And I was like, uh-oh, let me go over here real quick. And I was like, let me see if she actually went live. Sure enough, she did. And guess what I did for y'all? I recorded it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be great for when I do the series on the cult aspect of this. Jay Vickers, who this woman, Harpo? This is Breon Love from the chat of Darius Cooks live stream. So the one that they wanted to get rid of, well, some of the newer D-haggers wanted to get rid of because of her toxic behavior. This is her. She went live on her own platform afterwards. And she's telling them how she feel about it. This is a wonderful study of parasocial relationships and internet cults. Take it away, Breon.
This person's not going to make it. And when they do the little snide comments and saying stuff about Darius, they'll be like, she not going to make it. He not going to make it. I already know. Excuse me. Y'all remember that? What was the guy named Sean Elliott? Or was his name just Elliott? Okay, I just be over here just cackling and laughing. And here's another thing. What was the guy named? Anybody in here remember that Sean Elliott or Elliott guy that was? Oh, he was just loving on the ladies in here and just being super sweet. I was like, mm-mm. You know, you know how you cross your arms and you wait. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like him, but I can't. They're like, oh, yeah, he's so cool. I'm like, no, y'all keep calling him cool if you want to. As sure as the days long, he showed who he was. And I don't play those games. I don't. And yes, if I'm commenting on you too much or just rattling your page on purpose, first of all, you got to grow a thick skin on this here social media. Period. What are you saying? If I see you just acting extra weak too, like why you just get on here. Why you acting so weak? You can't come in here amongst the beehive, the true beehive. Like he just named.
Can you imagine all you doing is innocently watching some random person on Instagram Live because you don't know the true origins of their grift and you think they're a cook or entertainer or some sort. And then you got to deal with this. I'm sorry, this. You got to deal with this. And you're like, what is happening? Why is this woman messing with me? What is happening? And when you look at the chat and the things she's saying, it's like she literally grabs people and starts picking on them that she don't know. And so they're like, what the hell is going on here? But you also, if you really paying attention and watching with your third eye, you see a lot of mimicking of Darius Cooks and his behavior. She's been watching him for so long that she's picked up the toxic. Well, I don't know. She probably was toxic before it looked like. But she's picked up on some of the mannerisms and all of that, the inflections. It's very, the words and everything. It's very interesting, y'all. Y'all know I'm fascinated by the psychology of this, all of this. And she thinks she's special, and he just called her crazy 3 times. Crazy as a Bessie bug. But she'll defend him when people call him a scammer, that he is. And so, and she buy products from him. She's a good, loyal customer. So because of that, that's the only reason he keep her around. She think it's because he actually like her. He's a narcissist. He likes what you do for him, not you, the person.
You can just come in here trying to, build some type of side rapport with the not so. Y'all be screaming over here. Yeah, they want to build a little relationship with you all who are not as edge snatchy as I can be. And I'm the worst one if you're talking about edges with this. Anywho, what you're not going to do is come in here and infiltrate, okay? I don't play it from jump, right? And if any of you all remember a few months ago, it could have been the top of this year, that Miss Red 0561, she had a little too much going on. She was saying a little, but now she want to be y'all's friends. You know how she, I don't vote for that kind of stuff. And I'm going to rattle your cage. I'm going to rock your cage until you give up, right? And then what they do, let me get back to what I was saying. And then so what they do, I don't think I'm talking about y'all. I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay? I'm not even a fighting person.
My Darius. She don't realize my Darius, her Darius. Wow. this man she's just met at his event.
But I promise you, boy, who is this? Back in the
Oh, what? I didn't realize sound was connected to my mute. Sorry, y'all.
I'm emotional and I'm sensitive about Darius. Y'all's friends. You know how she. Oh, I don't go for that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna rattle your cage. I'm gonna rock your cage until you give up, right? And then what they do, let me get back to what I was saying. And then so what they do, I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm spirited about this Darius thing. You can't be up in here playing games with my Darius. I will fight you. Okay, I'm not even a fighting person. I don't fight people. But I promise you, what? Who is this? Back in the top of, shoot, what was it, 2014? It was the end of 2014 or the beginning of 2015 when Darius was given to me. And baby, we went through it on Periscope. And that baby let everything, he was opening up. And, he like his story. He'd be like, you know what? Not on my watch, okay? Nobody else is going to come here. And come here and mess with my Darius. But I'm telling you, nobody else is going to come in here and
She got emotional, y'all. Nobody's gonna come in those live streams and mess with her. Darius. Wow. Wow. And it looked like she ain't got a wedding ring. Wait a minute. I just noticed that. I think that's a wedding band. She married, I think. Ooh, Jesus. Oh. And you see how he's indoctrinated because she says he was given to me when he shared his story. Girl, that's what narcissists do. It's called love bombing. He's going to make you feel sorry for him. Well, he's already fully done it. It's very cultish. Yes, paradox true. It's a cult. I'm telling you, I got a whole, this is just the tip of the iceberg. When I saw this happening in real time a couple days ago when I recorded it, I said, oh my God. Like, I already know this exists, but I have yet to see anyone. She did this for 38 minutes. Y'all ain't got to be tortured that long. But she did this for 38 minutes. I had not yet been able to grab anything of this magnitude. Everything else is a little piece here, a little piece there, like the one I got in our intro clip of the one saying, I've been scammed by Darius Cooks, and boy, did he scam us good. Like, I only got little stuff like that. This that next level. This is what I've been wanting y'all to see, that this exists. This is the core of them. Sad. So sad. And she think he the innocent one. You see her start listing off people. I don't know. I probably can get into that. But she started listing off all these people he's fallen out with over the years. And she's like, I knew they weren't going to last. I knew they. And he's sitting there saying, this my friend. And I'm like, nah, they ain't your friend. She not realizing he the problem. She done twisted it in her mind that everyone he's falling out with is the problem, not him being the common denominator being the problem. She's convinced herself that when Darius Cooks falls out with someone, it's because of something they did. It's because of them. They not strong enough. They had ill intentions. Whatever narrative he creates, she's just fully invested at this point.
But I'm telling you, I'm emotional and I'm sensitive about Darius. Don't play with him. Don't come in here, hide behind the Felicias, the Didi. Oh, hey, bro, I saw you on the thing. You know how they do. They be all, no, right? Because people have come and gone. People have come in here acting like our friend, acting like they like Darius, acting like Darius matters to them. And then they just waiting 6, 7, 2 years, 6, 7 months, 2 years, just to stab my dude in the back. Oh no. Oh.
So it's the people who have waited months to years to stab him in the back. Not that he waits months or years to pray, to pounce. Again, 7 months, 2 years, 9 years. That's my story. 9 years to become the predator and pounce on them. It's not that. It's all the people who then call him out for his bad behavior. Now they stabbing him in the back because they tell him the truth about him. Girl, it's delusion at its finest.
Oh no. I'm going to rattle you early. Huh? You're going to get rattled early in the name of Jesus. And I'm going to stand on that. Huh? I'm going to cuss you out for filth. Whoever it is, it ain't no one person. So when you take it personal, that's you taking it personal. Huh? That's you just taking it personal. You got to grow up around here. This we got too much riding on this. Huh? Darius means too much to me. To let you people
we might not have to worry about anything. She might be the one to take him out. I'm just saying. She might be like, I just need to take you out, Darius, of the misery because they won't stop reporting on you. I love you too much and I can't. It pains me to hear them talking about you, so I'm going to just take you out so they'll stop talking about you, massa.
and not you, the spirit of you. And I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And you're going to come back here. You're going to be better than you've ever been. Even if you could change your name and come back as somebody else. Do you agree? I speak to the very fiber of whoever sends you. In Jesus' name. You're going to do better. You're going to go away. Because we don't have no place here for your kind. We don't. You feel me? So tell me. Okay? Now, amen. Huh? Glory. Yes. All right. Oh, look how I look when you block the people. Oh, that's so awesome. See? And then they just still be talking. I never blocked anybody, but she just got blocked, y'all. That's fine. See? With all them comments. Y'all, she ain't nobody friend. Like, you see, they rubbed it the wrong way. Again, because I'll rub me. I will, about Darius. I'll shake the tree until you fall out. Yes, I will. Because eventually you're going to fall out. Who else? All right. Well, I done been on here, done got emotional about Darius, and I will. Let me tell you something. I know children are they're a little jealous of the big guy. And guess who cares? Not me. Not.
Her children are a little jealous of the big guy, as in the sassy bitch queen that we talk about, Darius Cooks. Her children are so that shows you her obsession just ain't in the IG lives. They go beyond that.
All right. Well, I done been on here and got emotional about Darius, and I will. Let me tell you something. My adult children are they're a little jealous of the big guy. And guess who cares? Not me. Not at all. Oh no, we done been through this thing together. Darius and I. And I get to meet you lovely people in the process, on the journey, right? We done been crying. Back on Periscope, child. We trying to just cook a couple of pieces of fried chicken. And be happy. And people don't want you cooking no chicken and being happy. That's bothering them. Why is that bothering? Listen, you know what? You have bigger problems. And you need to go somewhere. All them old groups. Group? Like what? And the people that be coming back telling about all that stuff in those groups, child, you got to grow up, whoever that is, too. When you got time for that? I don't have no time for that either. You can't give me no ugly stuff. I can't ingest it. No. I sleep too good without any sleep aids because I protect my peace at all costs. Huh?
All right, that's enough of that. I wanted y'all to get the point. I think y'all have. It's very interesting that she is in love with your favorite sociopathic scammer, Darius Cooks. And yeah, I see y'all comments. I just was baffled by I ain't gonna say baffled. It just showed it was really just a physical manifestation of what I already know exists, and just me being able to pull these sort of receipts to build out, to be able to tell the story to those who don't get it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Poll question we're closing out as we wrap up. Do you think the Darius Cooks Beehive are an internet cult? 94% of y'all say yes. 94% of you are 100% correct. 6% of you say no. You either your finger slipped or you're just not aware. You just don't know, or you don't want to know. One or the other. Either way, the 94% of y'all are correct. I can guarantee you it's a cult. That we just watched is cult behavior. It's very scary. And she's not the only one. She's not the only one. She's the only one who got on her live and shared that disturbing piece. Read a couple of the things. I forgot. Thank you so much, Curl Connections, for your super chat. It says this is gonna be Darius Cooks karma for scamming. Yes, I think talking about the whole restaurant situation. We'll see, y'all. I'm still I don't know, y'all. I'm still the jury's still out with me because it just depends on the situation where I waver. I would eat at somewhere called Gertrudes. It sounds like she would have good food. He says Tommy named the restaurant so he can blame him later if it fails. Yes, I start that because yes, if this restaurant does not succeed, doesn't open, it's going to be Tommy's fault. Darius Cooks will not take accountability. That is not in her nature. Hey, you there saying, is she from Baltimore? She said something about being in Vegas, or he said Vegas. He said Vegas. I don't know if that's where she's from, but that's where she's at. Saint Center says, remember, here in America, eggs are white and bleached. Yes, so we did not get into our reaction video of the cooking live because that will take us another 2 hours to get through, and we ain't doing that. So we will handle that because I have all the timestamps and everything here. Actually, it'll give me a chance to fix some stuff too because, yeah, some stuff with editing was glitchy. As we see, the sound was jacked up. So I can fix all of that, and we will watch that during our next live. I did say these would be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it was so much that I didn't want to have to force y'all to wait till Tuesday. And then today I just felt I had so much going on that I felt like I should have waited till Tuesday. So we will see. There's a possibility we'll be live tomorrow with the Darius Cooks live, but there's a chance I'll be working on some other content. So I'll just see, play it by ear. But definitely scrolling across the bottom of your screen is our VIP text community. That'll be the way to know if we're going to go live tomorrow evening or not. We'll definitely be live on Wednesday though. But 312-847-2346 is our VIP text community, and that's where I send the notifications of when we're going live, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, today, if you join late and you're trying to understand what happened today, we talked about the delusion of cooks. We found out that Darius Cooks learned that he is not, in fact, the first soul food restaurant that is coming to Bali. There's already another one who has already had food tastings. They've obviously done their market research, and they will be opening at some point, probably before Darius Cooks, if they ever open at all. We also learned that Darius Cooks is not even allowed to attend his own business meetings with the construction company because Tommy tells him that if he attends, that they will raise the prices. So Tommy is meeting with these strangers by himself to negotiate these business deals. And he told Darius, I'll bring you in once we start paying them. Okay. And then we watched the reaction of Darius Cooks hating on his future competition, which is Gertrudes Soul Food Kitchen, and talking about how the name was stupid. And they obviously don't know anything about Bali culture because they wouldn't have did that. And then lastly, we watched the actual making of the D-Have cult in action, where we watched one of the head D-Have cult bullies in action during a Instagram live. So that was our show for this evening, and we got more. We got a lot more. So and some other pieces that I just didn't even have time to pull in together. So the next show will definitely be good and entertaining as usual. Please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. And oh yeah, because the eggs thing too. Darius Cooks in the live that we'll watch on our next live stream. He said that in America we only have white eggs because America bleaches our eggs from brown to white. We don't have brown eggs. For one, the bleaching part was like, what, huh? For two, he said we don't have brown eggs in America, and I'm like, that's all I got in my fridge now are brown. That's all I got is brown eggs, organic brown eggs. But anyway, until next time, y'all have a great evening. And let me see what I'm gonna sing y'all out on. I think I know what I'm singing y'all out on. I will see y'all next time. Until then, y'all take care and be blessed. Peace.
Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. Check it out. Dang. Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn money. The payback's a motherfucker, ain't it? Nigga.
When I see food, Damn, nigga, did you order that shit yet, man? Fuck, I'm hungry as a bitch. When I see food.
not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.